Terrific Tuesday, my Move the Chains audience. We are back on a Stone Cold Stunner edition of this podcast. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? You can't get a hell yeah, brother, because I just watched two games last night of two franchises, and a bunch of them going in one direction and the other. But I want to touch on the two games last night, Bears-Vikings and Falcons-Raiders. My takes on both franchises, where the fuck they're going, because it does not look good right now. God help us, Bears. But I'll get to the Minnesota and Chicago game first. So last night, I'm watching that game, and I'm rooting for my guy, Sam Darnold. Sammy Darnold, woo! He was balling last night. Good job, Sammy. I'm pulling for you. I've been a big fan of yours. Go, Sammy. Even though I'm not a Viking fan, I am rooting for the kid. Okay. So last night proved to me situation matters when it comes to your quarterbacks. You know, he's got three pieces working for him. The play caller, Kevin O'Connell, tall Sean McVay. You have the playmakers, and Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and you have your protection, which, you know, Christian Dare saw him going down was awful, but you have good players, and you got good offensive line. It's very underrated. So, Minnesota's in a dilemma, though, because they got J.J. McCarthy, they have Daniel Jones. What the hell do you do? But here's my solution. You go to Indianapolis. You go to the Colts, because wonky division, you got an offensive coach, Shane Steichen. I know everyone wants to shit on him, but he can call plays. He's smart. And you got a top to 10-12 offensive line. Jonathan Taylor's really good running back, besides Sunday, that boneheaded bullshit he did. And they got good receivers. Not great, but good receivers. Not the Vikings caliber. They got good receivers. So here's what I'm thinking. You go get Sam Darnold. He's still young. He's 27. He's my age. Good God. He got my name. So I would do that if I'm the Colts. Whatever they do, Minnesota, I would franchise tag them. Do whatever you want. But you got to do something, because you can't keep three quarterbacks on the roster. It'd be nice if you could, but you got JJ. You drafted him for a reason. See what he has. So I'm just happy for the Vikings. Listen, they're a really good football team. I don't know how far they go. I think they could go far with the elements that they have. The defense is balling, sixth in football. Brian Flores has done an outstanding job with that defense. Not a lot of big-name guys. Harrison Smith's still back there from Notre Dame. But you got Grenard, Grenard from Houston, Cash from Houston. You made some good moves. This coaching staff just excellent. Josh McCown being the quarterback coach. So you have a lot of things going that I like in Minnesota, and you're well run. So I'm very happy for the Vikings. And listen, the skull was rocking last night. Those jerseys were crispy, so fresh, so clean. Ooh, girl, don't do it. But it was looking good last night. But I want to flip over to the Bears, because my Minnesota take is sneaky good playoff team. We'll see how far they go, but a lot of components I like about them. But I want to flip to the Bears. I got two words, George McCaskey. Fuck you, buddy, because you're ruining this city. And I'm sorry, but I am had a lot of takes today on what I can go with this Bears thing. But I'm going to say this. George McCaskey, fuck you. I'm telling you what, man. You are an asshole. You're a douche. And Kevin Warren, shut the fuck up. Go build your new stadium, you jerk off. Nobody wants to hear from you. You got in the own fucking way. You could have Bruce Arians a couple years ago. But George McCaskey, I don't like to swear. I don't like swear words. Oh, man, shut the fuck up. Who cares? Did you think Mike Ditka, when you had Mike Ditka, was he kind of a gruff? Was he kind of an asshole? Yeah, and it worked. You won a Super Bowl. You should have won more, but you got one of the best defenses of all time, and you won. Hey, Cubbies, you bitching now about your management? You had something. Theo Epstein, you won. So Chicago, anytime they've won, they've had a guy that embraces the city. Michael Jordan, Mike Ditka, Theo Epstein. These guys that are just aggressive, take swings, relentless energy, tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar Chicago, like Detroit with Dan Campbell. That identity, Mike Kesnick knows what I'm talking about. That's what they need. And I'm telling you right now, Chicago, you need to go get Mike Vrabel. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You pay him $100 million, whatever fucking million you go get. Anybody can go in that McCaskey vault right now, and you go do it. Because you need a guy. You need a leader. You need a tough guy. You need a badass back there coaching. They haven't had that in a long time in Chicago. They need a guy like that. And I'm saying this, if you go get Mike Vrabel, bring Sal along as defensive coordinator. Watch out. That Bears defense will be aligned. Now, the one problem that I have with that is you got to figure out what you got with Caleb. Because if you do the same shit, you know, you draft Caleb, It's the same cycle you did with Trubisky. It's the same cycle you did with Justin Fields just recently. Excuse me. So you got to figure something out, okay? Enough with the fucking games. Go get a big-time coach. Damn it. This is a big city that deserves something. And you know what's funny? All everybody's bitching about these small market teams. Green Bay's, the Kansas City's, the Buffalo's, the Baltimore's. You know what they're doing? They're winning. You know why? Because they're well run compared to your bum asses not being well run. So do something about it and get right. You're going to waste Caleb's time. And I'm telling you, man, if you don't get the right coach, you're going to go through the same bullshit with this regime like it did the last one. Cycle of bullshit. Do something, Chicago. You're just a bad football team and a bad product on the damn field. What a joke. So after going off that rant on the Bears, I'm so over them. The other game I watched last night was my Raiders against Atlanta. Now, usually I give a couple days after a Raider game to kind of give my reaction. But I will say this, man. I want to stick on Atlanta first. And I got breaking news. Ding, 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 ding. Michael Penix is playing the rest of the year. Whoa. Okay. So no more swag surfing for Kirko. No more swag surfing, okay? But I will say this. It's a shame that it ended. But what's crazy to me is Aaron Rodgers played really well the last month. You know? That's like weird. Like they both had the same injury. One's playing like shit, one's playing great. So I don't know what it is. Maybe Aaron Rodgers smoking that ayahuasca, whatever the fuck it is. Who knows? And I don't care to know. But my point is I'm watching now with Penix. Now listen, we'll see how Penix does. This reminds me very much of the Baltimore situation where they had Joe Flacco, and then they kind of eased Mike Penix in. He played a couple games, snaps against the Broncos when they were blown out. So I get it. And I get Atlanta's not a Super Bowl team. I get it. Now they could make the playoffs still. They're kind of vying for that wild card spot, whatever. I did pick them before the year to finish second in the division. I think my prediction's right on that end. So I got to give myself a pat on the back. Thank you. But, not giving myself too much credit. But I do think Atlanta's got a lot of components I like. Their offensive line's not bad. I like Lindstrom. I like McCrary. Bijan Robinson's an absolute stud. I mean, I'm watching last night. He's making guys miss, jump cuts, all this and stuff. He's great. Kyle Pitts, one of the best tight end talents of all time. He could still make plays. I wish he'd do a little bit more, but it is what it is. He's still a good player. Drake London can obviously, he's got the basketball frame. He fits, okay? And some of the defensive players are not bad. They have pieces there I like in Atlanta. In terms of the defense side of the ball, Jesse Bates, Fort Wayne native, 260, rocking the 260. And I like Matt Judon. I've always liked him throughout the Ravens and the Patriots. But I just sit back and I go with Atlanta. Can you go get a pass rush? Why is it always like bottom of the league? I can't figure it out. You got Georgia in your backyard. But again, some organizations have holes that you just can't get. Like the Packers, they just can't seem to get defensive backs. I don't know. There's just certain organizations that like draft certain positions well and don't. It's like life. You hit some, you lose some. So it is what it is. But, good win for Atlanta. It was an ugly football game. My eyes were like eyesore last night. I couldn't believe how bad it was. Holy shit. Oh, my God. But I will say Atlanta, preview on them, they have something going in the playoffs. Now, their schedule coming down the stretch is a little tough. They got 2 games I think they should win compared to Tampa, because that's the race right now in the division. I think Tampa does better down the stretch. I just trust Tampa Bay a little bit more. I said before the year started, they're just a better, well-run team, I think, to me. Both defensive coaches, but I trust Baker more than I do Kirk Cousins. I love Kirk Cousins and what he's done, but Baker's obviously been to playoff games, and he's been with 2 different franchises. And I just feel like they've got Super Bowl caliber guys on that team that have been there, done that, the metal, the toughness. I just trust Tampa Bay more. That's that I don't trust Atlanta. They don't have a lot of guys outside of Matt Judon, maybe, that have been in the big games. So I think the experience matters like that in the big games and the big pressure moments. But on the flip side, my Raiders, oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Tank for Ward. Woo! Tank for Cam. Tank for Shador. That's all I got. I mean, what was that last night? And the other thing, I was thinking about this today. Antonio Pierce is really starting to piss me off. For a guy that was a player and was tough and was a Super Bowl champion and a captain and all that shit, where the fuck is your passion? Because I'm watching last night, and I will admit, that call near the end on the roughing the passer was straight up bullshit. I mean, I'm losing my mind on my TV up in my stairs. I'm watching downstairs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's not showing any emotion. You're a coach. Like, get fired up, dude. What are you risking? And he doesn't even go for it? Like, what are we doing? We're 2-12. We've lost 10 in a row. We've got nothing to lose at this point. Nothing. Besides our draft position. Whatever. Do something. Do fucking something. Because what are we going to do? In our offensive line, don't get me started last night, Colton Miller. He's not what he was. First half of the game, he's false starting. What the fuck are we doing? I was like watching Sopranos when they find out Vito's gay. Like, it felt like that last night. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, first play of the game? Come on. And they had chances, again, chances to win this game last night at home. And you couldn't do it. You didn't deserve to win that game. Their defense played their ass off, and I get it. But if you do not have a quarterback and you don't have an offense to do shit, it's not going to fucking matter at the end of the day. And they don't. Desmond Ridder is average as day is long. He sucks. I mean, I'm hoping we draft the quarterback. You better protect his ass. Because I was thinking last night, offseason, I know that it's past. And I know we got Christian Wilkins, and I was all for it. But I kind of sat back and went, we could have got Kirko. Now, knowing what I know now about Kirk Cousins, I'm glad we dodged the bullet on that. But at the same time, you could have got Kirk Cousins, been serviceable enough at quarterback for the year, been interesting. I'm not saying, make the playoffs, but it'd be interesting enough to do something. And now Christian Wilkins is out. So you got a lot of things that I just look at the Raiders. And again, this comes back to ownership like the Bears. You have to do something. And you got to start a quarterback. Draft Cam or draft Shador. I don't give a rat's ass which one. You got to do it. Because you need a guy back there, a quarterback. Now, this offensive line, you got to fix that too. You got a lot of holes on your football team. But you got to get a coach that has some passion, man. I can't. This whole, empower the players, bullshit. I mean, Max Crosby and all these guys were empowering him last year. And listen, I appreciate it. We went 5-4. We beat the Chiefs. We were the last team to beat them. That's still, my highlight of the year. But to have no passion last night and to not go for it? Come on, man. We've got nothing to lose at this point. We're 2-12 and we suck. We're tanking, obviously. And it's a shame. Because this fan base, like the Bears, deserves a hell of a lot better. And Mr. Tom Brady, you better do something. Get this organization back because it is broken right now. And it's a shame. Because I love the Raiders. And it just, do something, man. This movie is just, it's like, I don't know what to do. So, the tank for the draft pick, I'm for, whatever. But it's a shame that it's gone this bad. Because I didn't think it would be. I mean, we were 2-2. Okay, maybe some momentum, but I don't know, man. I'm just at this point, my eyes can't take it no more, but I'm a fan. I got to do the content because you guys love watching it. Like I said, I'm glad you guys stayed tuned tonight. I know I posted this a little bit later, having some technical difficulties, but hit the like, subscribe, share button. Stay tuned throughout the week. Got a lot more content. Great football weekend coming up. And hit the like, subscribe, share button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.